Hey, everybody. How are you? It's Dr. Rachel Headley with Rose Group International. I thought it'd be fun to pop on just for a few minutes and give you a few of the highlights from our remote work and parenting yesterday. And so I dug out our random list and I thought I would share a few tips. The first of all, we wanted to say that there you have to so what the other thing about the context I should just say is that we recognize that there are first responders and frontline people and critically important people that are still going to work. We recognize that some people have been laid off. So what this is specifically about is about people who are working from home, mostly with children. And so how do we balance parenting and remote work? And I know a lot of people are stressed out about it. And everyone has a different situation. So a lot of times what our employers have done is cut us loose, sent us home, and said, okay, well, figure it out, but do get your work done. Well, that's really great that they're allowing us some flexibility there. But really the problem becomes there's just too much chaos. And so not only do we have to deal with home and we have to deal with kids and we have to deal with working at home, which maybe we've never done. And we have to get work done. And maybe we're used to being you walk in, like some of us, like our mom time or dad time. And then we walk out of the office, we walk out of the house, we like zip off our mom outfit or zip off our mom persona. And then we're like, we're at work and we're butt kicking at work. And then we get out of the car and we get home and we zip up our mom suit and then we go back. So I think it's really important to figure out how to make all this work. And it looks like my live is super choppy, so I'm not sure it's working. I'm going to give it a second to try to catch up. Okay. All right. So what we have is there's a couple rules I want to share. One of those is there is no failing. So one of the things we hear a lot is that, oh, well, we have this thing, we're going to try that thing, and then this is just not working. I feel like a big failure. No, there is no failure here. This is something you've never done. It's not something that you're going to expect to know how to do. It's something that you have to be willing to try different things. And that kind of goes back to one of the other ideas, which is, you have to rethink what a day looks like that's perfect for you and your kids and your partner, if you have one. So if you think about okay, well, normally we'd get up at this day and then the kids would be gone, or then normally we take naps at 2 or now it's not happening till 3 or whatever that might look like. You have to kind of sit down and refigure that out. And some people are really good at that and already doing that. And some people are like, well, yes, but we should be doing it this way, and so is doing it that way. So that must mean it's the best way. Well, frankly, other people don't have your kids. Other people don't have your partners. Maybe you're on your own as a single parent. Everyone has their own situation. So look to friends and get insight and understanding about how they're doing things. And maybe they're working with other parents for Zoom calls for schooling or whatever, lean on your network, but also be aware that who you are and what you value is different. I would also say that part of rethinking your perfect day is let's say under no Rona situation that you limit screen time to say an hour a day. Well, guess what? That is out the window. Sometimes you need to be on a 2-hour call and the kid's going to sit in front of the screen for 2 hours. Now, sometimes that is harder for you because if your kid's like my kid, their brain gets kind of scrambled when they do too much screen time. And then they're kind of a pill the rest of the day. So you have to take that into consideration too. But frankly, as long as this thing lasts 3 months, 2 months, 5 months, 8 months, hopefully the shorter end of all of those numbers, your kid will be fine. Your kid will be fine. So no perfection, no, it has to be this way or that way. All of the rules you had before are now subject to change. That being said, so you're okay, great. So I get to change up some stuff. How should I change it? What should I be thinking about? So know your kid. Meg's children are very different. One's very likes the rules and likes the plan, and the other one really stresses out around too much planning. So sometimes you have to have a little flexibility by how your kids are. If you're not really sure that things that you're trying aren't resonating with your kids, check in with their teacher. Teachers are experts at dealing with kids and keeping them focused. And maybe they can just help. Another tip that Meg suggested was that maybe they have a grandparent in a that they can't see, but maybe they can help with homework every morning or once every Monday or twice a week or whatever. And so that might be something to really think about. The other thing I wanted to say is, so as we think about moving forward, so what should you do, or what should you be thinking about? Always more structure. Always more structure. Now, Meg's daughter, Peyton, likes a little more chaos. But if you didn't give her any structure, it'd be totally off the rails. So better to create a structure and then modify, tweak slightly, make adjustments. But what really is happening is those kids are used to walking out the door. Now, God bless you if you have a 3-year-old and they just go to daycare. But thinking about school age kids, if they're used to walking out the door or walking into the school, and from that moment they walk in the school, every single minute, they know where they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to be doing. And then they come home to your house after school. So don't be afraid to be not strict, but to have a schedule. So maybe it's, okay, we're going to do math first, and then we're going to do reading. And then at 10 o'clock, we're going to have a dance party. And then we're going to get back to work and do the whatever. And tell them that. Tell them that's the plan. Or if you're going to change the plan, if you say like, Thursday, we're actually going to change the plan because of I have a call that's a different time. And so we have to change. Tell them that too. Kids thrive, and humans generally thrive under knowing what the plan is. Now, some of us prefer more flexibility than others, but always start with the plan. So put more structure and think about things like reward. So it's so difficult right now because everyone's so focused on just surviving this whole crazy stuff, and adults are stressed out of their minds, and that makes kids stressed out of their minds. They're feeding off your energy. And so one of the things we forget is the celebrations. And I bet if you talk to your kids' teachers, they'll tell you that they have a reward system or a program. So maybe you go back to the gold stars, like, okay, here's all of your, assignments every week. And then here's your subjects. And every time you get something done, you get a gold star, or for every 10 minutes or whatever it is that motivates your kid. And so it's really something to give yourself some grace about not getting everything done. And then take a giant step back, and in curiosity say, what about this is not working? What's stressing me out totally? Is it my house isn't clean enough? Okay, well, maybe at 10 o'clock you take a break from schoolwork and everyone takes a room and takes the garbage out or wipes the counters down or whatever. Like, how can you really restructure things so that you're all working together, your stress is less, and you actually feel like you're accomplishing things, and give yourself something to celebrate too, right? Try to have some reward system for you. Now, if you're a single parent, much more difficult in the sense of there's no one to help you with a break or to balance childcare and homeschooling and all that schoolwork stuff. Now, if you have a partner at home, you should absolutely be talking to them every single day about how it's going. So don't wait until it's not working so much that your head's going to explode and you have a major meltdown and it's this huge deal. Every single day, have a little check-in. Say, hey, partner, after we put the kids down, I'd like to just touch base on how the day went and what was really stressful about it, because I'm not sure this is going to work, or I think I need help in this area or whatever. Don't be afraid to be checking in. Now, I know that's not necessarily what everyone's relationship is right now, but the more you talk, the easier it is to talk about this when they're small, when the problems are small or the concern, even if it's a thing that you're like, I don't even know if this is a thing. Say it out loud, because sometimes when you say it out loud, you go, oh yeah, that's not that big a deal. I think I was just out of my, I just didn't have enough coffee yet. Or maybe you go, oh yeah, that is kind of a big deal. So just be really aware and try to give yourself a lot of grace and a lot of permission to try things, your kids are going to be fine no matter what you do. They're safe, they're fed, and they're getting good sleep. So as long as they have those three things, they're going to be just fine. So I hope you're doing well. If you have any questions or want to reach out to ask, because part of what we do is understand behavior, and we're happy to do that. And I just want to mention that in addition to all those things, we have a ton of free webinars happening. I think we are over 15 now. We also have a whole series next week that is every single day at 1 o'clock Mountain Time. At 1 o'clock Mountain Time. And please feel free to jump in on that. It's being advertised everywhere. It's really about teams. And so if you are managing a remote team, if you are trying to figure out how to get back to work or how to create a solution for getting back to work, thinking about there's some challenges with productivity or morale or engagement or motivation. We're going to talk about all those things next week at that video series. That's one that we're hosting. So check out, there's links all over our Facebook pages and everything. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you too. So thank you so much, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.